All right, guys, as promised, it's the KPIs that guide our business, right? Not our attitude or our energies. It's the actual KPIs. So what I'm going to do right now live is I'm going to make a KPI based spreadsheet for all of us. Okay, so let me get my screen share going on here. I'm going to open up my Google Drive. Okay, I'm going to create a Google Sheet. And I'm going to call this KPIs to watch. Okay, now the first important one is amount spent. Okay, let's say I'm just going to use lead mining for an example. Let's say we spend $1,550 on our King Kong package. Okay, and then the next one is amount sent. Okay, so with this package is going to be 3,000 dials. And then 1,500 SMS. Okay. Then the next thing is amount replied to. Let's just do responded. Okay. So let's say on the 3,000 dials, we had 300 conversations. On the SMS, let's do calls answered, SMS responded. Okay, on the $1,500, let's just say we had 100 responses. Okay. Great. So next up, we're going to do amount of leads generated. Leads from calls. 3,000 dials, let's say there was 17. Okay, leads from SMS. Let's say that 1,500, let's say that that was 10. Okay. All right. Then next we have leads to contract. How many contracts? Now, this is important for us to understand as well. A lot of my clients say that they average a lead 1 in every 12 to 20 leads. Okay. Now, that's about average nationwide. Now, here we're looking at 27 leads. So let's just say that we got 2 contracts out of these so far. Okay. And then leads to contracts. This is going to be this number divided by this plus this. Okay, I think that probably did that backwards. I normally do. Okay, so now we're averaging 13 and a half leads per contract. That's our numbers right now. Okay, and then we're going to do closed contracts. Okay, let's just say it's 1 for mathematics' sake. Okay, so contracts to close. Okay, so contracts to close is 1 divided by the 2 contracts we got. So we're at 50% closing ratio of properties that get under contract. Okay, and then we could get really crazy and say leads to close. Okay, and then we do equals. And I'm going to deliver this, so you don't have to worry too much about the cells, but I just wanted to go over this with you. So we're going to add up all the leads, and then we're going to divide it by our closings. So we're averaging 27 leads to a closed deal. Okay, and let's do closed deal profit. Closed deal amount is probably a better word because profit comes later. So let's say we made $15,000 on that deal. Okay, so now we could really get a feel for how much money we should be making. Now, this is just one campaign that, we're tracking here. But if on $1,550, you can get 27 leads, only close one deal and make $15,000, you're doing pretty damn good. right? Now, the truth is there's actually a lot of room for growth in these numbers. What happened to the other 26 leads, right? Great question. We got a bunch of other leads to follow up with. A bad habit a lot of investors have is they only go for the hottest leads. Okay, so I recommend that whenever your lead flow is starting to drop, that we start looking back at all of the leads and contracts that didn't close. So leads that didn't close, okay? Now this is actually a pretty easy number, but we'll do it again. We're going to add up all the leads we got. Okay. And then we're going to minus it by the amount of closed contracts. Right? So 26 leads didn't close. These are opportunities. We look at those and we say, what did we miss? If we want to close more leads, we can't always just go get more leads. We have to figure out what we missed. If you don't gain skill and have the ability to close other leads, then you're always going to be at the same closing ratio, 1 closed contract and 27 leads. Neither one of us wants you there. Maybe this tells us it's time to pick up creative financing. Maybe it becomes time to pick up some other super ninja strategies. And this will show us that way. Maybe our guy isn't doing a great job of closing deals. Maybe our appointment setter isn't doing a great job of getting them on the phone. This is where we start to realize and dissect and actually improve operations. So this is what is extremely important for us to look at whenever we're analyzing these things. It's important not to just say, oh, it was a lead gen and this is what happened, but tracking our KPIs takes out the emotions from everything. Before we could say, oh, these leads suck, before we did this. Now that we've done this, we might say our systems and processes suck. And that's an important distinction. It might hurt your feelings a little bit more, but it's still extremely important for you to know where the actual responsibility is, right? And very often, if you're getting leads and you're not closing deals, I'm sorry, but the responsibility is on your operations. Now, the good news is that's why this course exists. I'm here to help. I want you closing as many deals as possible. Okay, so you can bring anything up to me in our new weekly coaching calls that we're going to be offering. And you could also bring anything up in our one-on-ones that I offer, or you can just call my cell phone or my general manager cell phone number and ask us any question about real estate. We're real estate experts standing by literally to help you. But I think this was very insightful for everybody watching to realize what happens when you track your stats. And the main reason why I created this live in front of you is because I'm actually going to offer this to you. Okay, I'm going to create a duplicate of this, so I need to name this something I'll forget. Okay, KPI tracker for course. Okay, and then each campaign really should look like this as well. Let me just get some more formatting in here. All right. Well, guys, I hope this was important. I really hope that this helped. And I'm going to move on to the next video. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this. I know we're starting to get a little bit more granular here, right? We're getting out of, oh, get a lead and close it. We're getting into the systems and processes it actually takes to accomplish those goals. Rock and roll.